Hello everyone, this is Hodora and today we are back with Chaos Zero Nightmare. We got a new developer note that's gonna talk about upcoming patch balance adjustments, right, for season 2. So we're gonna look through all of this today. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, all of these changes will be applied on the upcoming season 2 patch, which is next week, right? First is a save data storage rule adjustment. So right now, what we have is that the fade memory in our save data calculate whenever the process happen, right? So they change that. Most of the value gonna be the same, but they change how this fade memory will be calculated. Instead of calculate every instant of every action we took to the save, is only will calculate to the result of what the save data look like. So for example, if you delete card and get more card, it's not gonna just give you 2 times of the cost, right? It's just gonna look at the save data at the end and see how much change you do to the save to give you the fade memory. So there is some key detail rule change. So first, that the save data will be calculated based on additional element acquired beyond base save data, consisting of the first 8 cards, right? So now neutral cards are calculated at fixed value. Epiphany get to the card doesn't increase, right? Regardless of whether Epiphany is applied or not. So it's gonna be fixed value from now on for neutral card. But Divine Epiphany will continue to calculate at 20 points per Divine. It doesn't change. Next is the new thing. Monster card will be categorized into common, rare, and legendary with the cost associated to them, right? 20, 50, and 80. So legendary gonna be exclusive to the boss skill, the boss card, right? But this would mean normal mob can have a chance to drop a card now. So there should be a new card incoming for this thing. Both for common and rare, it's gonna be fun to use this card, at least for common, right? Because 20 is the base cost of neutral card. So if it's as good as the neutral card, maybe we can get some good build from the monster card too. We will see. Next is the point for the card duplication will be changed from like 0, 10, and 30 to 0, 0, and 40. And you might be curious why there are only 3. So because there is a limit now add to both removal and duplication. For save data, duplication is limited to 4 times and remove is limited to 5 times. So I'm gonna assume 0, the first dub is 0, so that's gonna be 2 cards. Second dub gonna be 3 cards, so that still costs 0. The third dub, which means 4 cards, is gonna cost 40. This is kinda, we need to wait until the update, I guess, because 4 times that means we can get 5 cards. But in my understanding, maybe 4 times in this case, they say that you can only have 4 of the same card, right? Which means you can duplicate for 3 times. That's why there are only 3 things here. I might be wrong, but this is what impression I get from reading this. And from now on, removing card that is not the basic 8 card of your character will not cost any point at all, right? It's gonna cost 0. But for each card you remove that are from the card of your character, each card will cost 20, and you can remove 5 times. So that's gonna be 100 points to remove 5 cards from your deck. Considering you remove only these basic base card, right? And transforming card also treat as removal, so it's not gonna treat at less than removal again. And purpose of this rule change, I'm not gonna read the reason, but all of these will be applied on season 2 update, so we're looking forward to that. My opinion about this is I like it because I'm not the guy who try to min-max my friend memory anyway, but one of the main thing I usually do is remove a card from my deck, remove all of the not as useful card, so just to keep the core mechanic of the character alive and maybe emphasize them by have a smaller deck. So ability to remove 5 cards without going into like really difficult dungeon, right? It's only costs 100 to do this. So if I run maybe tier 12, tier 13 chaos, I have like 30 to 40 extra point to play around with, either with divine or neutral or monster card, because the first 2 dub also cost 0, so it's nothing. So it's a good upgrade, is a really nice thing to have, I guess. Next is a balance adjustment. So we know already that we're gonna have a rework of Tressa and Cassius, so let's see how they're gonna rework that. And they're gonna be a buff to the healer and other underperformed combatant or support, maybe partner. So let's talk about combatant reworks first. So of course we have Tressa and Cassius. So let's look at Tressa first. So Tressa is designed to use Shadow Dagger to build Agony to give a powerful damage over time. Okay, so they change Agony from each individual stat with each individual cooldown into a singular stat with a universal cooldown or something, right? It's gonna stack into a singular debuff. But what does that do, we will see. I think this is too big, so that should be better. So Agony mechanic change from before this. We know what before is like, right? For after, gonna stack into single debuff. At the end of the turn, damage is dealt based on the number of Agony stack the enemy have. So if you have like 50, gonna damage 50 times. Then the stack count reduced by half. Okay, that's gonna be harder to keep a stack, I think. And then continuous effect of Agony. At the turn end, the damage is the same, but on effect activation, decrease Agony stack by half, max 20 stack. We don't know if 20 stack is the maximum stack we can have, or is this the maximum stack that and it can be decreased, right? Because it includes in this line. If it's only 20 stack, that's gonna be such a disappointment. But if you can go higher than that and the decrease as more gonna be at 20 stack. Ooh, that's gonna be fun to try to play around with. But maybe the maximum is 70 stack. Because look like they reduce the number of Agony appliance on our skill and everything. We will see. But basically, okay, the one thing that we curious the most is the one that heal and keep Shadow Dagger. Okay, that is no, we don't have that anymore. So instead, exhaust all Shadow Dagger, then create advanced Shadow Dagger for each exhausted. And advanced got buff, I think. From cost 1 is now cost 0. Retain and exhaust. Do to apply to Agony. Do 50% damage. And plus 10% for each Agony stack on enemy. So maybe at 10 it's gonna plus 100, so that's 150. Well, I feel like she worked as they intended her to work, but her damage potential gonna reduce by a lot because we don't have this anymore. So in terms of Shadow Dagger generation, we're gonna have less, I think. Yeah, no. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna call. Well, she gonna become 4-star combatant now instead of like 6-star combatant in the previous part. Yeah, maximum number of agony stack is set to 20. Okay, that guaranteed. We can only have at most 20 stack. Alright, so a huge nerf. A huge nerf for Tressa. How about Cassius? Okay, generate card. Generate a card and as a reward, fix heal 3 times per turn. So this is just more healing, right? Nothing changed for this one. 000. It have max now, only max for 4 times, so we cannot have like a billion damage Cassius anymore. Alright. Instead they buff 111. True House. Okay, it's reduced stress, so it's gonna be good during the chaos run, I guess. Full house. So I believe straight is still just a draw, right? There is nothing changed for that. Dice trick. Epiphany, reduce moral. Max damage cap. And 2 upgrades for dice trick are now unique. Okay, so a lot of nerf. I basically gonna assume that Cassius is, well, he's playable, but he's like 10% as effective as before. Okay, so nerf to the ground, I guess. Nothing much. I don't care that much about this. And as compensation for this, we have a flash of possibility. So it's a ticket that we can use to edit our save, right? It's a consumable currency used on complete save data. Allow you to choose a card you want to receive a unique epiphany and directly select and apply desired epiphany on that card. If the selected card already have divine epiphany, you can choose one of the unique epiphany with that divine epiphany applied. However, if certain divine cannot be granted due to the card type or cost, a viable option will be displayed with that divine epiphany removed. Ooh, that is good. For example, why is this good, right? For example, if you trigger divine epiphany during the run, the divine epiphany tag is what you want, but unique epiphany is not what you want. You can use this. I will say, flash of possibility. You should not use this to edit what you have right now. Just save for the future thing. But when you have that option, right, that you have a really good divine epiphany, either it's gonna be a draw, A3 plus 1 moral, 1 resolve or something like that. But the unique epiphany is not what you want. You use this flash of possibility, change the unique epiphany, and keep the divine. That is so good. That is so good in terms of customization. So now you're not gonna just see divine epiphany with a really good one, but not a card you want, not an epiphany you want, and you choose something else. No, that's not gonna happen anymore with this. Hopefully we can get more of this in other way too. Yeah, they say will also available as in-game reward going forward. Nice. This is so nice. I love that. And in addition, because Tressa and Cassius have this adjustment, if you don't want to continue developing or using them under this change, we can refund. Amazing! So I can refund these two and get all these resort back. Amazing, amazing. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. They are quite considerate about this. Nice, nice, nice. So I can just refund these two and don't use them anymore. Good. So next is the combatant improvement. So I think first counter attack adjustment. So increase the damage done when you fully block with shield for counter attack. That's fine. That will make me want to play counter attack more, because right now counter attack is not that strong, even though I love Magna, I love Maribel, and hopefully upcoming combatant, right, 9, well, they say she do a lot of damage and she's good at shielding, even if she doesn't do counter attack, right? Magna and Maribel with 9, we're gonna have a ton of shield, we're gonna do damage from our shield stack, and we also gonna do a counter attack. That sounds like so much fun. So let's see how this gonna apply, right? That is all for counter attack. Next is Nia. Decibel healing equal to number of stack will be added to default effect. Elasticity stack limit will be increased. Effect now trigger based on number of stack. Decibel grain effect will be increased. Effect that grain elasticity will be added. Okay, so Decibel, if you don't remember, is when you cycle through your whole deck. If you have Decibel, it's gonna trigger the extra attack of everyone in the team. And now they're gonna have a healing into that effect too. Elasticity is a buff unique to Nia that basically heal whenever anyone in your team do the extra attack. So that's also gonna keep the healing scaling for this too. So hopefully Nia will have a passive healing and passive damage. And we know already from Naja, right, how much passive healing can be beneficial. So this is good in terms of survivability for Nia. Next is Ray. Basic card potential effect change from critical chance increase change to healing from damage done. That's gonna be so nice in terms of healing for Ray, because she do quite a bit of damage. And snack time gonna have more healing scaling now. Good, good, nothing much. Ray is already strong without the buff, so this is gonna be make her stronger. Aurea base cards change from 2 basic card, 1 healing to 1 basic card and 2 healing. Alright. Increase the chance of creating creation for basic card. And those creation effect value will be increased. Growth acceleration, healing will be increased. View of light reduce cost by 1. So Aurea doesn't get any change in terms of core mechanic, but hopefully her core mechanic gonna be much stronger and her healing gonna be good enough to use her in the team. Because right now Aurea doesn't feel that strong, mostly just because there is no team that utilize or go well with her. Only one who can do that is Beryl, right? And Aurea, Beryl, and who else? The last slot is kinda lackluster in terms of option to play with her right now. Whenever we have someone who benefit from retain card, not retain themselves, right? Because Aurea gonna retain a lot of your hand already. Then she might see a better performance than currently we have. But we will see. I don't feel like with this buff Aurea gonna feel that strong either. Because even though she is a healer, right? For some reason, most of her attack cards scale with attack. If most of them scale with defense based attack, right? Scale of defense, she gonna be so good to use. And you can see on Naja, if Naja scale with attack, she will be so bad to use, right? Because you want her healing and you want her attack too. If they give that to Ariel, if Ariel attack, change from attack scaling to defense scaling, she gonna be so strong. She gonna feel so good to use. I can guarantee that, but that's not happening right now, sadly. Next is Haru. Anchor shot damage increase. Do we need to increase anchor shot damage? Well, that's fine. She is a heavy hitter anyway. Weight anchor no longer increase the cost. That's so nice, because having 2 costs for anchor shot gonna help a lot instead of 3, and weight anchor can be used all the time now. Good. Yuki, damage increase, damage increase, damage increase. Good enough, good enough. It's gonna be nice for my Yuki build that used to farming daily right now. Chizuru, coming frame damage, not damage, effect trigger when used will be enhanced. Cost of certain ability will be reduced. Okay. These updates are kinda, we need to see in game. We just say the tag and they're gonna do this, but we need to see in game for the detail of this. Inhibit, her first upgrade, right, that come into the deck, will become possible to gain AP through user own card and continuous effect. Really? This elevate inhibit quite a lot, so AP restriction is less restrict now. I can assume only Chizuru card can give AP though, but that means Divine Epiphany on Chizuru card with plus AP gonna be useful now instead of being useless. Bow at dust. In its base state, cost of 2 cards will be reduced instead of 1. Oh, nice. So they bring that Epiphany into the base card. Okay, good. Onihan damage amount increased effect will be enhanced. And usability of low pixel rate Epiphany will be improved. I feel like Chizuru got a lot of buff. She might be strong now, I guess. Shadow of Moon damage increase. Okay, nothing. And then her eco skill damage increase. Alright. We will see the detail when the game release, but this is a good buff for her, for sure. Because let's be fair, Chizuru is already strong without this buff, but with this buff she's gonna be stronger. Karibe upper slash, I believe this is the 2 cost skill, basic skill, right? Increase the amount. Okay, increase the amount. Voucher ejection, both damage and shield gain on certain epiphany will be increased. Overpower shield gain will be increased. Overpower is the shield and AoE stun damage. I don't remember the name anymore. But yeah, that is the skill. So a little bit of damage increase, a little bit of shield gain increase. Alright. Magna, adjustment direction, damage amount will be increased. Ice wall shield gain will be increased. Ice wall is a AoE counter thing, which have abysmal shield gain, by the way. It's cost 2. It gives you like 100% shield. If it increased to like 150 or 200, that's gonna be so nice. We will see how much. Adjustment direction. I think that is the one. Which one is that? I don't remember what this one is, but it's increased damage, so that's why. Nothing much. He'll go hunting in Oh, the upgrade that every Hugo will have, right? Usually you're gonna go for Epiphany that have initiation. So now initiation will be added into other Epiphany too. I thought it's gonna be added to the base version. Sadly not. Well, that's fine. Next is Rin. I have no idea how Rin works, so I cannot make any judgment to this, but add a stand to certain Epiphany. The condition of the base miss stand will be removed from certain damage increase card hit count. No idea. I have no idea what are these talking about. I never played Rin. Alright, so that's all for comparison. Next is partner improvement. Let's see. So it's mostly just ego skill, huh? Line of arc. I think this is Kiara, right? For Renault. No. This is Asta. Right? Yeah, this is Asta, the partner of Haru. So it's increased the damage amount from plus 20 to plus 40. Okay, that is a lot. That is basically double for the big burst. So Haru gonna be a bursty unit now. Oh, there is a name here. I didn't see that. I'm blind. Sorry. Next is Wenmakot. That is for Yuki. So reduce the cost from T to 2 and draw 2 cards instead of 1. Okay, good. That is good actually. Draw 2. Isugu for Shizuru. Reduce the cost and nothing else. Alright, good enough. Now, memory fragment improvement. Oh, the set effect improvement. Let's see. Inhibition. Oh, this is the exclusive set for, well, right now for Shizuru. So it changed from hitting 2 times and get plus 1. Instead, it's gonna be permanent buff that plus 30% damage to void card that hit 2 or more times. Huge increase, right? From this convoluted condition and only plus 20. Plus 30 on base. And if it hit 2 times, that basically plus 60. Oh, I believe my Shizuru need to be rebuilt with of inhibition now. But this is a good buff. This is the base instinct card. So increase damage by 20% is the same, but reduce the condition from 4 to 3. Easier to proc, I guess. And then Spark of Passion. So for basically not used, it's useless, only 5 cards. It changed to be permanent buff whenever you use upgrade card, get increased by 20%. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I didn't just delete my passion set yet when they change it to this one. Okay, now my Selena gonna be strong always, not just the first 5 cards. Good. Alright, next is equipment and common card adjustment. So they put the cap in for the shield gain to be 5 times per turn. Nothing much. A little bit of a nerf. And the card Wanderer of the Void now have exhaust, so you can only use this once. Tactical action increase damage, but only 1 time. Acid gas reduce the cost to 0. Have exhaust now and deal 3 impact instead of 2. Never use that one. Rarely I use a lot. But now it's have exhaust 2. So it can only use this card 2 times. Everything else is still the same. Okay, good enough. And oh, these are new monster cards that got added into the game, right? 4 attack. 4 attack. 3 mark. Okay, this is really good. Shy Gardener. Which one is that? I don't know. Free mark. This is so good on Selena. Wolfbane. Wait. Oh, okay, these are still. Wolfbane is still an elite boss, but the grade is common, so it's only cost 20. Oh, that's so nice. So even the okay, so there is no new monster card. It's just changing the tier of each monster card. I see. So these are effects that we already have, but the cost gonna be reduced to 20, 24, 20, 50, and 70, right? No, 20, 50, and 80. Okay. And adjustment to key fog. Key fog, instead of duplicate one card in of choice, it's just gonna keep that card retrieve. So basically you can use that card twice per turn if you want. Okay. And that is all the balance patch we have. Okay, I actually like this. I actually like that we can get some value from the boss drop now, from elite boss, because right now currently whenever any of these cards drop, we will not use them at all. But if there is a grade and we can look at the effect and the cost, if it makes sense to put into your deck, this gonna be good to use. And since the base card of your deck gonna be a lot lower now, with the change to the delete card cost, right? Basically it's just gonna be 20 per card delete. Deck building gonna be a lot easier in my opinion. But we will see. This is mostly just form reading. We will see when the patch live to see how this go. But I gonna assume they're gonna be easier to build. You don't need to have that much fate memory anymore in order to have like ideal for me 4, 5 or 6 card deck, which should be really easy to do now with the change to delete card value. Alright, so that is all for me today. The patch gonna be live on February the 3rd. So next Tuesday we're gonna have a patch, and you can bet that I'm gonna stream on that day. But for now, I hope you have fun playing video game. Good luck with your gacha, and see you again next time. And bye bye.